Hello, friends. How you doing? Day 292. I'm just coming in on September 19th, the eve of the Canadian federal election. Just coming in and just want to remind you all that if you haven't voted yet, definitely go out there and vote tomorrow. Let your voice be heard. I believe the polls are open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., so it's 12 hours. If you got work or what have you, sorry, I got something stuck. You can go before work or after work. You should have lots of time in between. And also, I believe each person is, regardless of where you work, your employer is required to give you like a certain time frame, maybe 2 hours or something, or 3 hours, to actually go vote. So, just an FYI if you didn't know. And I'm a person who really didn't understand much about the political system. I grew up not really being taught it, nor talked to anybody that was passionate about it. And so I was very clueless, if you will. But I was always being told that you should vote because most countries you don't even have the option to, right? And with your vote, some people may think, oh, it doesn't matter. It does, what will one vote do to sway an election? However, what if a million people thought that way and they didn't vote? And I think right now a huge percentage of young people are not coming out to vote, and I think a lot of it has to do with similar to the experience that I grew up with. I didn't understand how the political system works, and so when I didn't understand something, I didn't really participate in it. And so I think that's one area that it would be nice to have, is for people to start to understand how things actually work in Canada on a political level. I still don't know enough really, or a lot, but I'm learning, and it's interesting. For me, I think things do need to change for sure. And do I think the parties need to change? Yeah, that's up to the people. But I do believe that the system needs to change, and how voting is done as well. Because I'll just share a couple of observations. I don't know if you guys have other observations. Love to hear it. I see a certain a certain party in power for 4 years, 8 years, 12 years, and they'll do a bunch of things to try and move the country forward. And then a new party comes in, and they undo everything the last party did. Not everything, but you know what I mean. Like a lot of things, and then they implement the ways that they think will help Canada move forward. And then maybe 4-8 years afterwards, the other party comes back in, flip-flops. My question is that actually moving Canada forward? I don't know. I don't know enough about how everything works to really know, but that's just some outside observation. And what's the solution? I don't know. I'm not educated enough in that arena to really make a guess or anything, but I believe that it would be good to look at ways of changing things. And so, a few years ago, I came out to a friend's campaign and met a bunch of people who were helping him. And the interesting thing I found was that every person that I talked to that was helping him, being a part of that campaign, were so passionate about politics. And each person say, well, how come? Why? Why do you think that, why are you so passionate about it? And, each and every one of them, they believe that policies can help people live a better life. I'm like, oh, okay. I can definitely, I've seen policies help in a number of ways. Is that the ultimate solution? I don't know. For me, I always believe that whatever we want to create in the world, it starts with the person in the mirror. And so I just want to share some observations and just some thoughts out there. But ultimately, this is more about just reminding you, get out there and vote, have your voice heard. And if you don't vote, I've also heard people say if you don't vote, then you can't really complain about anything, any policies, new policies or what have you. So either way, if you live in Canada, you have the privilege to have your voice be heard and to vote. So get out there and do that, folks. Oh, one last thing. I've also heard a lot of people try to say, oh, if you vote for a separate party other than conservative or liberal, it's kind of a wasted vote. So let's, choose one, right? And, my thought again with that is, how do we create a system where there's not just two main parties? Because right now that's all there is. Back and forth, back and forth. NDP at times, but for the most part, it's two-party system. For me, find out what's really important to you, what your values are, and find the party that aligns with your values and what's most important to you. And if they're not one of the bigger ones, that's okay too, right? How will the smaller parties grow in size and power if we keep voting for the same ones? And so just a few thoughts again that I'm just going to share. But if anyone of you have any thoughts, I'd love to hear and have a mature conversation about that. So love to hear your thoughts. Talk to you guys soon.